What do a fish mold and a pineapple mold have in common? Well, this isn't a bad joke. This is me making some Jello recipes out of this old Joys of Jello gelatin recipe book from 1981, General Foods Corporation. We're gonna make a sweet Jello recipe and we're gonna make a savory Jello recipe. And then we're gonna pit them together to see what's the best Jello recipe. Is it a sweet Jello or is it a savory Jello? And look, I already have my bets in. I already think I know who's gonna win this round, but how do you know for sure until you try? So that's what we're gonna do today.
I love fish Jello.
I don't think anybody's ever said that and really truly meant it. Besides that, isn't eating fish kind of like eating yourself? Aren't you like a kind of fish?
I'm a beautiful mermaid. There's a difference.
Oh, well, excuse me, I didn't know. Look, let's go ahead and take a look at these two recipes that we're gonna make today. First is the cream cheese and pineapple mold. Guess where that one's gonna go? The pineapple mold, of course. And then for our savory one, we're gonna be making salmon dill mousse. And look at him there. Doesn't he look like he's excited to be a Jello mold? I know I'm excited to try it. Not really, but whatever. So let's get started. All right, to make our cream cheese and pineapple mold, here's everything that we're gonna need. We're gonna need a can of crushed pineapple and juice. This is pineapple chunks in juice, but it'll work just fine. We can kind of chop it up if we need to. 1 package of Jello brand gelatin, any flavor. I picked cherry. I know that means that the Jello mold's gonna turn out red instead of yellow like a normal pineapple, but I have some ideas to get around that. We're gonna need a cup of boiling water, which I've got some water boiling here on my stove because we're gonna need some amount of boiling water for both recipes. A tablespoon of lemon juice. Got that right there. A package of cream cheese softened. For some reason, I have 2 open packages of cream cheese right now, so we'll use those, however much out of both of those. And then we're gonna need some chopped walnuts. I have chopped pecans just because I personally like pecans better. So that's everything we need to make this silly, ridiculous recipe. So let's take a quick look at the directions here. It says drain pineapple, reserving juice, add water to juice to make 3/4 cups.
Many hours later.
Spoon into dishes, blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. The way they've written these instructions is kind of annoying because it's like one giant run-on paragraph. Let's see. So first we need to drain the pineapple and reserve some juice. So I guess let's start with that. Ooh, fun. Let's pour a little bit of our juice into here and put our pineapple chunks into here. Next up, add water to juice to make 3/4 cups. Okay, we'll eyeball this a little bit. I think we already have 3/4 of a cup in here, but let's see. Not quite. We'll add a little bit of water to get that up to about the 3/4 mark. And I spilled it all over my counter. Way to go me. Dissolve gelatin in boiling water. So we're gonna need 1 cup of the boiling water, and then we only really need half of this package because this is a 6 ounce and it only calls for 3 ounces. So let's split this up. We're just gonna eyeball what about half of this package looks like. Yeah, that seems about right. We need 1 cup of boiling water. Let's stir that in. Add measured liquid and lemon juice. I assume this is the measured liquid, so we'll add that in. 1 tablespoon. Gradually add 1 cup of gelatin to the cream cheese. All right, let's put our cream cheese in another bowl because it needs to be softened. Let's soften our cream cheese real quick. Hey, I need you to chill the fuck out. You're on low. Calm down. All right, that is pretty well softened. Gradually add 1 cup of the gelatin to the cream cheese, blending well. So 1 cup, gradually added. All right, let's blend. I would say this is pretty well blended. Next up, we need to chill until thickened. We will put that in the fridge. Meanwhile, chill remaining gelatin until thickened as well. So for this, the remaining part of the gelatin, here's what I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna do the first layer in the pineapple here, and then I have ideas for how I'm gonna actually fold in the pineapple chunks and the chopped walnuts. So let's go ahead and pour this in our mold. All right, let's put that in the fridge to chill. In the meantime, while we are waiting on that, let me tell you about the movie today. This is Paradise Isle from 1937, about a blind artist who falls in love with an islander. I figured, you know, we're doing pineapple, we're doing fish. That's kind of islandy, right? That's a fun one. All right, while we are waiting on our pineapple Jello mold to set up a little bit, let's go ahead and start working on the fish, the salmon dill mousse recipe. And here's everything we're going to need for that. 2 packages of the Jello brand lemon flavor. Got that right there. We need 2 cups of boiling water. Got plenty on the stove still. 1 cup of cold water right there. 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. Boom, lemon juice. 1 can of red or pink salmon drained and flaked. That is our salmon. I have done my best to drain, flake, and debone that. So hopefully that's good enough. 1/2 cup of sour cream, 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, and then some minced onion and dill weed. So that's everything we're going to need for this. So let's go ahead and start. It says to dissolve the gelatin in the boiling water. This is really not boiling so much anymore, but it should be fine. There, close enough probably. Woo! Oh, look at how yellow. Smells like lemon pledge. Add cold water and lemon juice and chill until thickened. So here's your cold water. Boop. 1, 2, 3. And then that has to chill until thickened. Now, while our salmon mousse is that portion of it's chilling, let's go ahead and go back to our dessert one. These have thickened up a little bit. So here's what I'm thinking for this pineapple part. To make it actually look more pineapple-y, we're going to layer the chunks kind of in where the little pineapples actually are, where the little dealies are. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? So that's our pineapple kind of set in. And then for the top of it, I'm going to layer in the chopped pecans. So yeah, in where the stem is, we'll have some pecans. It is escaping the stem a little bit. This isn't going to be perfect, you guys. We're just going to do our best. I don't know if adding more pecans would help or just make them kind of spread out worse. So here, actually what we might do, we'll create a little stopgap of pineapple. Now it can't go anywhere. Will that look kind of silly in the final result? Maybe. You know what? Maybe we just layer more pineapple in. Screw it. They don't have to be exactly in the little things. We can just have pineapple in the whole thing. There you go. Beautiful. Now we can put a little bit more of our pecans up here and they won't go anywhere. See, we're using our thinker today on this one. For this cream cheese portion of it, I'm going to layer that on top after this is set for a little bit longer. And this, I'm going to fold in more pecans and the rest of the pineapple. That much-ish pecans. All right, we're going to crush up the remaining pineapple. I'll just use my fingers, actually. How about that? When in doubt, use your fingers.
That's what she said.
You know, Bearverly, you're really inappropriate.
I think that was extremely appropriate.
I mean, look, you're not wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying you're inappropriate. You're inappropriate for this show. You're inappropriate for the world. Fold it in to the cream cheese Jello. I would call that good. All right, this needs to go back in and chill for a little bit longer, and then we'll layer this on top of this. We're just going to keep going back and forth while all this stuff has to sit and chill. That is the annoying thing about Jello, is that it's not hard, but then there's all these steps where you have to just sit and wait on things to happen. So anyway, for this one, we're still waiting on the lemon Jello to thicken up a little bit more. It's still pretty liquidy. In the meantime, we need to mix the salmon with the sour cream, mayonnaise, onion, and dill. So here's our lovely smelling salmon, and that's totally a lie. It doesn't smell good at all. It says we need to mix with sour cream. So let's drop that in there. Mix with the mayonnaise and then the onion and the dill. So we're going to do a smidge of onion. That's maybe like 1 tablespoon. That's plenty. For the dill weed, it says we need 1.5 teaspoons. I'm going to just eyeball this as well. Let's blend all that together. Ugh. This doesn't smell good at all. I'm upset. Why did I pick this one to do? Oh my god, this is foul. This is foul, and I'm not happy about it. I'm sad, but this is what it is. All right, it's been a bit of time, and this has definitely firmed up quite a bit. So I think it's ready for the rest of this to get layered on top of it. All right, now let's layer and pray for the best. Hopefully, on the other side of this, that red part still looks correct, that it's still layered correctly. Cream cheese portion of it didn't like penetrate it. Don't say anything, Bearverly. We're gonna find out, but this is gonna take like a full 4 hours for it to set up. So for me, I'm gonna have to wait a little bit before I can pop this out and see what it looks like. For you, you don't gotta wait at all. Through the magic of watching videos, you lucky sons of bitches. Anyway, let's put this one back in the fridge because it has to set up. Now for our salmon dill mousse, this has also thickened. Still pretty liquidy, but I think it's thick enough that we can go ahead and blend in our gelatin. So let's go ahead and, yeah, just says blend it all into the gelatin. Oh, man. What a way to waste perfectly good Jello. You know what I mean? I hate how this is coming together. Oh, gosh. Oh, it looks so oh, it smells unpleasant. Ugh. I'm very upset about this. This is just, it smells gross. It sounds gross. It looks gross. I'm so unhappy about this. Yep. It's in there. All blended in there. Now the next part of this, I need to pour this into the fish mold. And I have a feeling I'm going to end up with some left over because this feels like a lot of mix. Let's go. I think maybe the easiest way to do this is to get a little like spoon and spoon it in. All right, we're going to ladle this into our into our mold here. Y'all ever heard the song Everything Smells Like Salmon? Go check it out because this smells like salmon and it ain't a good thing. Oh, how unfortunate. Big sigh. That is our fish in our Jello mold, and that's going to take also several hours for it to firm up before it'll be ready to flip out. Hopefully it comes out. I didn't grease either of these pans, so I might regret that later. But for now, yeah, I guess we're going to let all this stuff set, and then yeah, I guess I'll see you guys as soon as this is ready to eat. Oh, dear God. Well, it's been like a week and some days since I first put these together. Yeah, and I'll be honest, I'm tired and I don't feel like doing this, but I'm doing it anyway. Get it out of your fucking system. We got to do this. Okay. In that time, I went ahead and put both of these in the freezer. And the reason that I put them in the freezer is because I was looking up how to get them out of the molds while making sure that they kept their shapes. And apparently the best way to do this was to stick them in the freezer so that they're nice and solid frozen. We're going to dip them in a little bit of hot water and then flip them out. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do here. So let's start with the pineapple one. So this is like the real moment of truth. This is just some hot water. We're going to dump them in the hot water for like 15 seconds so that it kind of loosens up the edges. Oh, okay. We're seeing it come loose. Okay. Now, the next step is to like flip it onto this pan. So taking it out of the water, we'll put this on top of it, put the pan over it, and then we're gonna flip. Let's do it. Flip. And then let's, oh God. Okay, I think it might have, I think we might be good here. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. It worked for that one. Yay. Yeah, it worked. Look at that. That looks silly. But you know what? It worked. So that's good news for our fish. I'm a little scared about the fish because he's he's a little bit more fragile. So let's do the same process before the fish. Start with setting him in the hot water. And actually, I might even need even more hot water. Okay, we're kind of doing this by the sink because it's very full right now with the water. And I really want to make sure it's going to be the fins and the tails that I feel like are going to have the hardest time getting out of there. Tail's definitely getting sort of soggy. So I think we're at the point where we kind of want to flip it out. Let's do this. Let's pull them out first. Put that down. And then, oh, I don't know. He doesn't really want to come out of there. Oh, he's stuck in. He's stuck in for real. That's one thing I will say about the Jello recipe book. It doesn't really tell you the best way to get them in and out of the molds. I'm going to let him sit and hope that gravity just sort of floops him out here in a little bit. Gravity plus time equals fish loaf, maybe? Question mark? We will see. I'll be back when we're ready to taste these. Oh, yay. Well, friends, we did it. We finally got them out of their molds. And here they are. Our two Jello creations. We've got our fishy boy right here. He's, I'm surprised he came out of the mold. It was really looking iffy there for a while. Took him like a solid hour. I had to get a toothpick at him. So he's a little goofy in some spots where the toothpick had to cut him loose. But he's out. He's out. And his eyeballs are green olives. His eyeballs are green olives with a little bit of blue cheese in the middle of them. And then we've got our pineapple one, which looks much tastier, except for the fact that it's red and it's not very pineapple-y. There's the layers that we did with the cream cheese underneath. Now the last thing to do is to eat it, and I'm only sort of excited about one of these, so I don't really know the best way to go about this. I guess I will start out with the fish one. I am really not excited about this at all. Oh, let's take a bite of his. You know what? Let's just go. Let's just go for it. Ugh. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, no. Let me smell it. Ooh. It smells like fish, and not in a good way. I like fish. So I don't know. All right, let's take a bite. God. Well, I had to spit that out. That was foul. That was really bad. When you first put it in your mouth, it tastes like lemon because it's lemon Jello and there's lemon juice in it. And then as you start to chew it, you get the chunks of the fish, which does not make any sense with the sweet lemon Jello. And I couldn't do it. I can't swallow it. That is foul. I don't understand how anybody would have made this and eaten it and been like, that's cool, that's good, let's do it again. That's absolutely horrible. I feel like I need to take a real bite where I really swallow a piece of this. I don't know if I can, but let me get a bite of this one and I'll come back to that. So this is our pineapple Jello. Try to get a bite of both of the layers. That's what it looks like in the body of it. In the top of it, we've got more of the walnut chunks. So we'll take 2 bites, but let's start with the body portion first. It kind of tastes like pineapple upside down cake. Let's get a bite of the bit that has a bunch of pecans in it. That's actually pretty good. That tastes like a pineapple upside down cake. In fact, it'd be really good with like some shortcake, like put on top of a little bit of shortcake. I think that would be really good like that. I'm delaying eating more of that by eating more of this. This one I would make again. This one was pretty good. All right. I'm going to try and give the fish one more bite. I'm not happy about this. Maybe with his eyeball, not that big of a bite, good Lord. Maybe the olive will save him and this won't be so disgusting eating it together like that. So, I don't want to do this. Let's take another bite and try to actually swallow it this time. I can't do it. All right. I think I've met my match. I can't eat this guy. I've tried a couple times now to take a bite and swallow it. It's just like a visceral reaction. It's cat food suspended in lemon Jello. Do not do this. Never do this. I don't know. You probably did not need to watch this video to know that this was a bad idea and you should never do it. But if you're here and you're still thinking maybe, do not do this. Don't do this. Please, for the love of God, don't ever do this. So who won in the savory versus sweet Jello? Clearly the sweet Jello. The sweet Jello was good. I would eat more of this. This was horrible. Don't ever do this. That was so bad. Sweet Jello, yes. Make this. This was very good. I would say go for that one. All that said, let me finish this by saying I hate Jello. I hate working with Jello. This took entirely too long for this to set up. I hate this video. I will never do this again. So thanks so much for watching.
Bye-bye, babies.